Redesigning heirloom jewellery is about preserving memories and emotions with a modern twist. Hi, my name's Tara Lois. I'm an expert jewellery maker and designer, and I specialise in redesigning old heritage jewellery. I would like to go over some concerns that my clients have had in the redesign process and how to overcome those. During this video, I will also be using examples of previous clients with their permission and the redesign process that I've gone through with them. How to preserve the emotional value of heirloom jewellery. One of the most common concerns that my clients have is that their sentimental attachment and the memories that are contained within a piece are so strong and so special that they don't want to change the original piece at all, but that they want it to be wearable. So what I can do is I keep the rings or pendant as intact as possible while doing the redesign. So an example of this is one of my clients. She came to me with two of her mother's rings and one of her own, and she wanted to be able to wear them all at the same time. So I redesigned this ring and made it into a large cluster ring that would have been a single ring. And in doing so, I kept as much of it intact as possible. Now this can pose some challenges to the jeweler and redesigner, but those are challenges that I enjoy and that I love to overcome.
They all had damage, and actually I just took them to her to say, could she just fix them in some way? And she did, but in the most stunning way.
Redesigning heirloom jewellery is the sustainable option. One of the most important concerns for me is sustainability. Now, I'm sure not everybody knows, but a single gold wedding band can create 20 tons of waste in the mining process, and that's not including the environmental impact. So how can we change that? Well, I'm sure nearly everyone can sympathize with just having a box of jewelry at home that is untouched. Now, this can be because it doesn't suit you anymore, it's broken, or you've inherited it, but you don't wear it anymore. Well, what can you do? You can bring it to a jewelry designer and a maker like me, and we can either redesign the jewelry or we can melt it down in its component parts and redo it. An example of this would be one of my clients came to me with their mother's ring. Their father had gotten them and they inherited, but one day they realized that one of the stones was missing. Thankfully, they managed to find it, but they brought it to me, and so I took it apart, took the stones to one side and the gold to the other, redesigned it and put it all back together again in a brand new ring and design. What's different about my approach? There are two ways to redesign old jewelry. The first is a complete remake, and that was the former example that I just gave. The second example is what I call a redesign, and this is what I specialize in. This is redesigning with your old jewelry while trying to keep as much of the emotion and importance that you hold with it intact. My approach to redesign is unique. Thanks to my background as an artist and sculptor, this has given me a thorough understanding of how to turn emotion into physical form. And as a designer, this creative approach has greatly helped me in turning my clients' sentimental memories into a design. And as a designer, I am a rarity in that I'm also a fully trained jeweler. So this allows me to turn the designs into reality. An example of this is that one of my clients came to me with a box of her old jewelry for a redesign. And when she pulled out two of her rings, I knew straight away what I had to do with them. She told me the story of her grandmother wearing her great-grandmother's engagement ring and her mother wearing her ruby anniversary ring. So I kept the rings as intact as I could and used them into a beautiful design along with some other gold that she had. During the design phase, I took into account some of my clients' requests, such as the fact that she has arthritis and therefore needs an open ring style so that she can adapt it to her everyday life. The other request that she made was so that she could wear the ring with others, such as her mother's engagement ring. How to turn old jewelry into a modern design. One of the concerns that my clients have when they come to me is that they don't want their new design to look old-fashioned, even when incorporating the old jewelry. They want it to be a wearable, modern and contemporary design. and that's where my design skills come into play. My clients came to me requesting a set of wedding and engagement rings. The brief was a white gold set of engagement and wedding rings in an organic, natural, flowing design that was modern and contemporary, but also completely unique to them. However, they also wanted to include her grandmother's yellow gold diamond solitaire ring. Before I started the design process, I inspected her grandmother's solitaire ring. And although the setting was very good, I wanted to give it a little protection so that it could last a lifetime. In doing so, I created a jewel leaf pattern that enclosed the diamond solitaire. This has created a unique, one-of-a-kind, modern design for her that also incorporates that traditional element. Now she gets to make brand new memories with her new engagement and diamond ring set, but keeping her grandmother close. The possibilities are endless. When I say jewelry redesign, people always believe that the starting point has to be old jewelry. I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Any precious materials that start off can become beautiful pieces of work with a little bit of creativity in the design work. An example of this is a client. She came to me with her mother's silver tea service, and it had such fond memories for her that she was quite reluctant to part with it. I managed to design a beautiful bangle for her with a surprise element that I kept the textured rim of the silver sauce boat in the design, and she absolutely loved it. This now created a beautiful piece that she could wear for days to come. What if you're not a jewelry wearer? What do you do if you don't wear jewelry, but you do have a box of heritage jewelry or even a tea service? Well, as an artist, I can create for you a memory sculpture, something that you can keep in your home in a place of prominence where you can look and cherish it for years to come, made of those memories that you hold dear. Preserving memories and emotions with a modern twist. As a client, here are some criteria that you can use to help you find the perfect designer for you. Do they listen to your story? Are they sympathetic to the emotions that you have in your old jewelry? Are they creative? Can they design around the original piece? Can they think outside the box, which is something I personally am very good at? Can they start from anywhere to make you your modern wearable design in the end? So one of the reasons why I personally recommend redesigns is not just because I love listening to people's stories, but it's also because of that sustainability aspect is important to me as well. If you have any questions, please book a consultation with me in the link below. If you are interested, I have a redesign guide that is downloadable. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you like and subscribe, as well as share with those you think will be interested.